In the real world, unmarried individuals frequently complain that dating apps are as exhausting as the tiramisu Seema's date buys her without asking. Everyone has had enough of the frequent situationships, swiping, and ghosting. The Sex and the City franchise has never made much use of the virtual first contacts that appear to be necessary for dating in 2025, primarily because the bulk of this decade-spanning narrative has already occurred before all of that. However, Lisette, Katerina Tannenbaum, Carrie's former neighbor, arrives at the start of episode 2 to represent that cultural change, complaining to Carrie that, as a modern single woman, she is mostly in a relationship with her phone. As it happens, tossing it across a room could be a more efficient method of meeting new people. But when it comes to phone addiction, some of the characters, regardless of age, are just as bad at contact. Although Carrie might use that word to refer to Aiden, I just won't at this time, therefore I insist on putting that in quotes. Carrie first composes a lengthy, convoluted voice message to Aiden regarding a recently found rat problem in her garden, but she removes it before sending it. She decides it's best to leave Aiden alone after taking into account his plea for no contact, or at least very little touch. However, Aiden disregards the boundaries he established for himself and, to Carrie's delight, makes an unexpected visit at her townhouse in Gramercy, setting his no-contact contract on fire. Following a romantic evening, Carrie confides in Aiden about the erased text, admitting that she was unable to send it. I almost hurled my remote control at the TV when Aiden told her, "That's crazy." We understand that Aiden is attempting to be a good father, but the gaslighting is unbelievable. He made the decision to avoid touch, but he quickly tainted it with an unexpected visit and spontaneous phone sex. He is now totally changing his mind, assuring Carrie that she can fire away and get in touch with him at any time. He cautions her, as though to say, "Don't expect too much, I don't want you to start doing anything crazy like counting on me. You may encounter some Muzak," he says. I detest Aiden for having turned into the same nasty, avoidant playboy that caused Lisette to fling her phone across the bar. However, it seems that Carrie doesn't. When she texts her woodworking boyfriend about a table she wants to buy, she feels confident enough to receive a thumbs-down emoji in return. She subsequently tells Miranda that's not a relationship. When two people stand across from one another and ask each other, "What do you think?" and then, "What do you think?" that is a connection. I suppose she simply vanished? Yes, I am aware that Pittman departed the cast in between seasons, but where is her appearance that would have explained the fate of her character? This week, Charlotte is once more constrained by a ridiculous, comic relief, premise that has nothing to do with anything. After pursuing the college advisor Lois Fingerhood, Kristen Shaw, well known as the Ivy Whisperer, she and Lisa wind up terrorizing their high school students. It's absolutely depressing to think that Carrie is referring to the home she purchased with her own funds. Episode worried Shu was going to eat rat poison and die.